Alright, today I'm going to be doing the diesel fuel filter on the OM654 again. This time on the one that does not have the line on the bottom of the fuel filter. Probably should have done this a lot sooner, but doing it now and going to show why I like these ones better, honestly, and also some differences that I've kind of started doing after doing tons of these fuel filters, and just some little tips and tricks. One of them being, this is the fuel filter socket. It's the oil filter socket for the 642. As you can see, I have drilled a hole into the bottom of this to allow fuel to drain off easier. Doesn't affect it with the oil filter portion, and is much better for the fuel filter on the 654. I'm also going to be showing the fitment of the Mercedes factory tool. This is the 642 oil filter socket, and it does fit a whole lot better. They're expensive. I don't own one myself. This is just the shop one, and I still don't use it. I still use this, but I do have people complain about how tight this, or how this doesn't fit. It does, with some convincing. Mine probably fits better than some others, just because mine gets a lot of use versus a personal one. So I'm going to get right into it, show you what you're going to need tools wise, parts wise, and yeah, let's just get right into it. One question I get asked quite a bit is, how often does Mercedes recommend replacing the diesel fuel filter? We replace them, and Mercedes recommends replacing them every 2 years or 20,000 miles. It's usually with every A and B service. The fuel filter, I know some people do it every 10,000 miles. I am yet to see any issues with doing the full 20,000 mile service interval. Whereas personally on my Sprinter, I'll do 10,000 mile oil change intervals. So A and B services, and then in between the A and B service at 10,000 miles, just regular oil change. So as far as the diesel fuel filter goes, every 2 years, 20,000 miles. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to be doing the diesel fuel filter that does not have the drain line on the bottom of the filter. I realized from my first video 10 months ago, I wasn't accounting for the fact that there's two different part numbers. And I remember in that other video I said you could take the O-ring off of the fitting and put it on your drain plug or whatever, but if you order the correct filter, you don't have to worry about that. You just replace the plug. And on the other one, yeah, so there's two different part numbers. This is the one without the vent line on the bottom, or without the water drain line on the bottom of the fuel filter. It's a 00. The one with that fitting is a 0200. So just so you know, if you order this from the dealer, which I recommend OEM, don't go aftermarket. I don't even know if they have an aftermarket. Just go OEM. You won't regret, you know, go in with the one that your VIN requires. So call your dealer, tell them your VIN, they'll get you the right one. You have the tool to remove the fuel filter. You have the new drain plug. That's a T25. I'll show you some tricks on that if it strips out. I no longer disconnect the fuel line from the fuel filter housing. Got the new O-ring fuel filter in there. Little instruction booklet. All in all, it's a pretty simple job. Little messy, but not too bad. So right now, here's the 642 oil filter socket. It's 642 589 000900. If you want to try to buy one, I'm sure they can be sourced from the dealership. Again, I've never had to buy one. I'll link this one in the description below. I have an Amazon link. This one works excellent. It's like 20 bucks. Definitely worth the purchase. I have a little pry bar, which I use to get this off because sometimes it does wedge on there pretty tight. 3/8 ratchet and extension for my socket. If you end up getting one of these, it is like pretty big, 24 millimeter socket on the end. Again, I'm not going to use that one, just showing it. T25, and if for whatever reason that drain plug strips out, a T27 shoves into that drain plug pretty easy and should be able to get it out. So show you the fitment of these really quick. Like I said, no line on the bottom. That's totally normal on some, most honestly. Here's the 642 filter socket. That's a nice fit. Fits on there. Little wiggle room. Oh. Stuck. There we go. Like I said, this one shoves on there quite a bit tighter than that. And I found that just using a bar to get it off gently works great. So we'll leave those over here. Get me some gloves. Alright, let's grab our tools, filter, drain caddy or drain pan. So right now I have a T25 on my ratchet. As you can see, it fits up in there nicely. One thing I am doing differently these days is I no longer disconnect the fuel line. I just found it's a kind of an unnecessary step. Let that drain off. It is pretty tough to do this without making a mess. So now that it's drained off, like I said, I got the hole on this. Get that socket put on there. I like the extension just because it gets me a little further away from it. I usually loosen it until I start getting fuel out of there. Let it drain. Alright, so now we're going to grab the new filter, this tool. This just locks into the fuel filter. Just line these tabs up with two of these slots, doesn't matter which two. Lock it in there like that, twist it to the right. So that's unlocked. And then just wiggle it out. It's going to make a mess. So far I've done a ton of these fuel filters, even on vans with 100, 200,000 miles. I'm yet to see any issues with this O-ring here. So my concern in my first video on this, I'm not too worried about it. And then for going back together, I like to clean this cap off and get the drain plug in there first before putting it back up. Careful, there are some pretty sharp edges right here. I have literally cut myself through my glove on this edge. I usually just pinch the O-ring like that and get a grip on it. Take it off. The O-ring goes into this bigger groove right here. So, like that.
Is that 11 pockets not going in?
Interesting. Yeah, I like to just clean things up a little bit. Get some fuel from here. Rub it on this O-ring. And then take your new drain plug here. I like to wet that O-ring with some fuel as well. Like I said, I like to put it in when the cap is down. And we got to see one of these leak. As long as you got that O-ring going all the way in. Just kind of like that to where it stops. Can't really see the blue O-ring anymore. I have had that strip out a couple times. And when that happens, wherever I put it, there it is. T27 is able to fit in there pretty tight if you shove it in there, since it's plastic. So now we got that set up. Grab the new filter. The important thing to pay attention here is locking this in properly, because I have seen these get installed wrong and squish the filter and cause it to not work properly. So get you some fuel. I like to lubricate that ring and this one. Just make things go together nice. On the inside here, you have a little lock symbol, or unlock symbol, and a lock symbol. And these little hash marks here get lined up with this nub right here. So unlock right here, hash mark, work the filter up there like that. You know it's all the way up when you can turn it. So that's on, locked, good to go. Now we're good to put the cap back in. You just tighten this down to where it comes flush with the housing. So right there, that's it. That's tight. So now the fuel filter is replaced. Now we just got to cycle the key to prime the fuel filter. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly spray this off a little, even though it's pretty clean. Alright, I'm gonna lower this down. Alright, so now we're just going to prime the fuel filter. I like to do this a few times. Go to key position 2. that gets the fuel pump running, and you can hear it. I like to check to make sure it's not leaking. Again, I've never had one leak, so it's a pretty easy fuel filter to replace. I usually let it prime for, I don't know, 20 seconds. Do it again. You can't do it too much. Be good to start it now, so no issues, no leaks. Sometimes, even after I prime it and drive it around the building, go park it for when it's complete. The next time you go to start it, sometimes there's still a long crank. So I kind of have just gotten in the habit of, you know, after I've got it started, prime it a couple more times just to get all that air out. Again, the long crank is not going to hurt anything, but just to be extra thorough. And that's how you replace the fuel filter on the OM654, the 2-liter diesel, with the drain plug instead of the vent line or water drain line on the bottom of your fuel filter. If you've liked this video, please go ahead and give it a like, comment what you liked about it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel.